You know that moment when someone asks how you're doing, and before you even think, you say, "I'm fine," except you're not. You're tired, you're stretched thin, you're running the logistics of your child's life like a small company. I used to call myself the CEO of Matthew Inc. Therapy, school, sensory needs, meals, while trying to hold everyone else together. And then somehow hold yourself together too. But you keep saying you're fine because what's the alternative? If you told the truth, "I'm feeling exhausted, I feel invisible, I don't even know what I need anymore," the room would go quiet. And that's what we're talking about today. Because if you've been the steady one, the rock everyone leans on, it's easy to lose sight of what it costs to keep being fine. I'm definitely not here to tell you, go get a manicure. Honestly, when I was in the thick of raising my kids and people used to tell me that, I really wanted to slug them. Because when you're so tired you can't see straight, a manicure isn't self-care, it's another errand. It just proves how misunderstood you are. Let me be clear, this is not one of those out of touch, take care of yourself videos. And this is something I wish someone had told me back then. There is a way to start finding your way back to yourself, even when it feels impossible. And it doesn't start big, it starts tiny. So if you've ever felt like the world doesn't understand how much you're carrying, or if you can't even imagine what taking care of yourself would look like anymore, stay with me. By the end of this video, I hope you'll be able to see a way to start shifting how you think about giving to yourself, even in the smallest, most doable way. And if you're not able to do that, I hope you just feel seen, because sometimes that's a great start too. If you're new here, my name is Andrea Pollack. I'm a parenting educator and coach and mother of a 26-year-old autistic young man. So I've definitely been where you are right now. When my son was younger, there was a time when I was so tired I couldn't see straight. He never slept through the night. I was up and down all night. And someone said to me at that time, "You need to go get a manicure." And like I mentioned before, I just wanted to slug them. Not because I have anything against manicures, but because at that point, it would have been just one more thing on my to-do list. What I heard in that comment was, "You're doing this wrong. You're missing something obvious." And it made me furious because it felt like no one understood the kind of exhaustion that sits in your bones. But looking back now, I can see that I was trapped in black and white thinking. I believed that if I couldn't fix all of my exhaustion, there was no point in doing anything at all. And the truth is, the only way back to myself would have been through something tiny. Not the manicure maybe, but something. If you've been there, ask yourself, are you holding out for a total solution before you allow yourself even a sliver of relief? Please know that I say that with so much love and compassion, almost for the person I used to be, and I'm hoping by doing that I can help you in some way too. Parents of autistic kids become masters of composure. You've trained yourself to stay calm through chaos because someone has to, and you smile through therapy updates, you nod through meetings, you say we're managing, when what you really want to say sometimes is, I am barely holding on. That's not pretending, it's professionalism, it's armor. And after years of that, you forget what it's like to take the armor off. And sometimes when you're always the one who has to be the rock, people even forget to stop checking if you're okay. You become the reliable one, steady, capable, unshakable. And there's pride in that, of course. I certainly prided myself on that as well. But strength without rest becomes rigidity. Dependability without support becomes depletion. For me, I was just fading out slowly, quietly, behind the word fine. And then I want to address the comments that people sometimes make that are meant to be kind, but also can be exasperating. I could never do what you do. And inside, when that happened, I wanted to say, damn straight. But of course, that would be rude and unexpected. But I wanted that truth recognized. And instead, we're expected to smile and say, of course you would. In that polite exchange, something happens. We're minimizing our own pain. We downplay the identity we lost, the constant recalibration of what parenthood was supposed to look like. We nod and we say we're fine, and a little more of us disappears behind that word. So why do we keep saying, I'm fine? Because the world doesn't know what to do with our truth. And because in the rare spaces when parents talk about how hard it is, someone always takes offense. Somehow you're saying that you don't love your child enough, or that autistic people are a burden. And I understand that sentiment, I really do. Some autistic adults hear those words and feel anger or hurt because maybe their parents' pain sometimes came out as rejection or a kind of coldness, and that pain is real. But here's the nuance. Naming your pain isn't blaming your child, it's not rejecting your child or not loving your child enough. That's absurd on its face. If any of those things were true, you wouldn't invest yourself so completely as you are, so you wouldn't devote yourself to the point of exhaustion. I guess the point here is that stuffed pain leaks out sideways. It comes out as control or guilt or distance. Processed pain becomes compassion. So how do we break this cycle? First, recognize that finding yourself again doesn't start with a grand gesture. It starts with permission to stop being fine. And you're the only one who can give yourself that permission. So ask yourself, what's the one thing I could set down, even if briefly, to breathe again? And second, what's one truth I haven't said out loud in months? You don't need a week off from your life, although, that would be amazing, but it's not likely to happen, right? But you do need one moment of honesty. You need one conscious no to fear and one quiet yes to something that restores you. That's how you start finding your way back. Not by changing everything, but by finally telling the truth to at least yourself. If you're not willing to do it for yourself, do it for your child. I know in my case, my son feels so much. He felt everything. So if I was carrying around exhaustion or pain, he no doubt felt that. You've been carrying so much for your autistic child, your family, your responsibilities, your own expectations, and you've done it beautifully. But you were never meant to live behind the word fine. You were meant to be whole. So next time you hear yourself saying, I'm fine, maybe just pause, take one breath and whisper, even if it's only to yourself, I'm tired, I'm human, I'm still here. Maybe just pause and think, what if I don't have to be fine today? Maybe I can just be human, and maybe that's enough for right now. I hope this video helps you feel seen, helps you connect to what's true for you in a healthy way, and help you take back some moments to yourself where you might actually be working toward being fine. I would love to hear in the comments, what have you found that helps you feel better? Maybe you can help other parents out that way. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll consider giving it a like, subscribing if you haven't yet, and sharing it with another person, another family that might need this message as well. I'll see you in the next one.